After choosing empowerment over dread, I began searching for meaningful and effective solutions to put into practice in my own life. Progressive Hedonist is a podcast to share the ways we can take on climate change through food and joy. On days when this seems completely impossible, this podcast is a reminder that each of us can make an impact. I'm Dana Cowan. Join me in conversations with thought leaders like Alice Waters, Andrew Zimmern, Dr. Ayanna Elizabeth Johnson, and more. We can learn together what is possible. You can listen anywhere podcasts can be found and join the conversation on Instagram at progressive_hedonist.
You're listening to Heritage Radio Network.
Since 2009, HRN podcasts have been exploring the wide world of food, beverage, and agriculture. Learn more at heritageradionetwork.org.
Whether you're a chef or just love going to restaurants, you know the best ingredients are everything. West Home is working with the land to create nature-led Australian Wagyu. Learn more at westhome.com.
We talk about food, we talk about music, with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, snacky tunes.
Hello and welcome to Snacky Tunes. I'm your host, Darren Bresnitz. I'm excited to be sitting down with Stephen Clarke, the VP of Marketing at Golden Krust, the legendary Jamaican restaurant that I grew up eating when I would head up to Brooklyn with my family, celebrating its 35th anniversary this year, and is a family-owned business to this day. We chat about how he got into the family business, how Jamaica is the best part of the world, and how he still finds time to DJ on the side. And then we are dipping into the archives all the way back to May of 2015 when Lily McQueen sat down to share some tunes with us from her upcoming EP at the time that came out on Concierge Records. She talks about how she came into the music scene, her foodie habits in the city, and what her go-to snack is when she hits the studio. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy Snacky Tunes here on HRN.
I had a dream last night. You were there, dancing in my eyes. Yeah, our love was alive in my room. The day broke you from my sights, and baby, I remembered our fight. Now you're no longer mine. How will I make it through tonight? 'Cause we're out of time. Oh, but I miss you tonight. I can't fight it. You got a hold on my mind. They say give it time, one day you'll be fine. But I miss you tonight. I fell for you like a child. Catch me, baby, caught me in your web of lies. Now I see the truth. So why do I miss you tonight? I can't fight it. You got a hold on my mind. I know that you lie, don't even try to deny it. But I miss you tonight. Oh boy, I miss you tonight. Remember when you were mine, you had me hypnotized, all my teenage dreams died.
Stephen. Welcome to Snacky Tunes. Congratulations, 35 years of Golden Krust. And I know we were talking just before we got on, but my family's from Brooklyn, and I feel like I grew up with Golden Krust in my life all the time. How does it feel to be such a part of, well, I mean, New York to start, but even bigger community after all these years?
Well, thank you for having me. Good to be a part of the show. And to answer your question, it's very heartwarming to know that, you know, a small brand from an even smaller family, from an even smaller part of Jamaica, you know, the rural hills of Border and St. Mary, was able to put this idea together and deliver on it, you know, year after year for now 35 years. From one restaurant in the Bronx to 110 restaurants in 8 states. So it's we're proud, to be honest, and we're grateful. That's how I feel it today. Proud and grateful.
I mean, it's beautiful, and you know, going back to the family and realizing this is family owned, you know, is such an amazing thing to have kept it in house and grown so big. And I want to go back a little bit to Jamaica. What was it like growing up? How big was the family? Like, what was the food? What do you remember just being a part of the fabric there?
Yeah, Jamaica is still, to me, the best place in the world. As lucky as we are to sell Jamaican food, I always tell my team and anybody I'm speaking to that we're more fortunate to be backed by Brand Jamaica, which to me is the best culture in the world.
Shout out.
And I'm willing to joust for that. But there's a certain enchantment to the island, you know, the music, the food. There's a magnet somewhere in there that no matter what, it's either people have already gone or want to go. And for the size of an island, you know, I think 2.8 million people, if you look at that from an impact standpoint, if we were a social media influencer, I don't think you'd be able to afford us, you know, to have 2.8 million, but have a global impact in, you know, music and food. I think Boar's Head is doing jerk turkey. So, I mean,
sure. If you made it to Boar's Head, yeah.
Correct. So, you know, the impact that we be able to do as an island always makes us proud. But growing up in Jamaica, the family was very tight-knit. I'm of 4. My mother and father did a great job with the 4 of us. I'm very proud to have had Vincent and Novelet Clarke raise me, and they know this. 2 boys, 2 girls, and we have a ton of cousins because my mom is of 11 and my dad is of 11.
Wow.
So I have cousins everywhere of all walks of life, but we all grow together. So, you know, up here, even though a lot of my closest friends and circle, probably my cousins first. And of course, I have, you know, friends from college, friends from high school.
Sure.
But I had a good default starting point, for sure. And every Sunday, we're a very church-oriented group. My dad is a pastor. My mom was a missionary in the church. My grandparents, who started Hawthorne and Sons Bakery in 1949, which birthed this entire tale that we're telling here, they were big in the church as well. So, like, every Sunday, we would drive up to Border from Kingston, the winding roads, and we would go to service. And after church was done, Grandma Mavis, who we called Mama, would cook up a storm. And as many people as could make it to church from the family would come right down the hill, which is where, you know, my grandparents' house was, which is also where Hawthorne and Sons Bakery was attached to. So the bakery was here, the house was here, and she would cook up, you know, stewed chicken, rice and peas, sweet plantains, make some kind of greens, and everybody would eat after church. And that was, you know, fairly standard for us. People from the town would come up and some would get food. There was this homeless guy called Dan who was always across the street. He would get bread or something. So they were very instrumental in being pro-community. And they were always looking out for people in areas who weren't there yet or coming up. So we are still like that to this day. We're still, you know, working with small vendors and giving people chances. And giving back to the community. So that's still something that we're big on here at GK.
I mean, I love that. And I love that sense of community and feeding everyone. And look, I know you brought up boar's head during jerk seasoning, but for people who haven't been to Jamaica, people who haven't like eaten there, what are they missing about the culture? What maybe do they not understand or get? What's something that you want people to know about the cuisine of the country?
Good question. Jamaican cuisine, it's like the most melted pot or molten, whichever way you want to say it, pot of melting pots. Because Jamaica is such an excellent place, that didn't just start to happen. People have always liked going to Jamaica, which is kind of how our hero product became a Jamaican item. So the British, for many years, were in Jamaica, and they brought over the Cornish pasty, which has very much similarities to the Jamaican style patty, and that's actually a very trademark Jamaican thing to do, is take something and improve it, right? So similar to the hot cross bun that they brought over, the Brits, we took that and turned it into our Jamaican spice bun or Easter bun, which is a turbocharged version of a hot cross bun with more, spices and flavor and complex ingredients. So I use that as one example. But, the Brits, Spaniards brought the Taino, which is the Taino group brought the jerk seasoning over, actually. And then we have a very large Indian population in Jamaica, which is why we have that curry. We have a very good curry in Jamaica, which is why so much curry goat, curry chicken is on our menu. Yes. Spanish, we have an influence there. So all these different cultures have spent so many time. We were under British rule until 1962. August 6th is when we gained independence. So with that, our pots are very world oriented with flavors and seasonings and ingredients from all over the world. So that's really what I think makes Jamaican food very unique, is the multitude of influences that we've gotten from the globe.
Now, I would be remiss if I'm going to talk about the cuisine of Jamaica to not talk about the music of Jamaica, which is equally as popular and widespread. I know you're a huge fan of music, you DJ on the side, but what were you listening to as a kid? What were you growing up with? Who's your famous artists that I'm sure are still in rotation today?
Well, in my era growing up in Jamaica, like, it was definitely a Beanie Man, Bounty Killer type of, those were the guys who were in the front seat. And I still think two of the biggest Jamaican dancehall acts to date. And then you have, of course, the Shaggies and the Sean Pauls, who have had their run. That still is going on. Like, Shaggy's still doing well. Sean is still doing well. But back when I was in my prime growing up in Jamaica, I left when I was 11 in 1998. It was always, Beanie versus Bounty and Buju Banton, who's back out now. Those were the big names. I remember being in like grade 5, and they had like a school bazaar, which is like a function where, vendors come and sell. There's food, there's face painting and, music. And I performed at the school bazaar. And I think I sang, it was a song with Beanie Man and Snow. You remember Snow? Who sang Informer?
Yes. Snow.
Who's Canadian, right?
Yeah.
But he got in there. The cultural impact. Yeah. But that's what reggae music is, right? It goes to show you how addictive it can be. Somebody from a whole other country was like, "Oh, this is really good. Like, I'm going to be a reggae act." So, but that was it for me. Really, those guys played a pivotal role in Jamaica. But where we lived, my parents, thankfully, they had a satellite dish. And I remember clicking to go on G424, and you'd see this whole big dish in the backyard just go, and then they would lock in. And we'd had MTV. We had access to watching. So we have a very good influence from America as it pertains to hip hop in the 1990s. So we definitely had our fair share of that. So when you go if you listen to Jamaican radio now, you hear everything. Yeah. They play reggae, they play dancehall, they play pop, they play everything, and they play it well because we heard so much of it growing up.
I love it. So you mentioned you moved to the States when you were 11. I can't imagine you moved there with the intention of going to work for the family business, but what was it like coming to America? Did you even understand what Golden Krust was and like its outreach and its importance in the community, or was it just like, oh, this is the business that my uncle is doing?
I knew about the business because every summer my mom would send me to go spend time with Uncle Lowell. That was what I would do when school was out. So I would go to his house with his kids, who are now my best friends, Omar and Darren. Godfather to my son Noah. Omar and Darren was my best man in my wedding. So like, these are my guys. So we grew up every summer. Omar on the same side, he runs franchising. So he's the one who sells the franchise. And Darren is the president of the restaurant division. Mm-hmm. So we've grown up together. So every summer I would get an idea of what it was. I would go to the restaurants. I would be at 1381 East Gun Hill, which is the first store that still exists to this day.
Shout out, yeah.
I'd be upstairs, running around, messing with the printers. So, right. My aunt, Stephen, don't touch it. And I was like, sorry, auntie, I'd go touch something else. So I had a very good idea of what I was getting myself into when we moved up here, but I was also young. I came here and I think I went to like 7th or 8th grade. So I had a whole lot of time ahead of me.
Sure.
Especially going up to school here in Westchester, it wasn't like Jamaica at all, but I got used to it fairly quickly. I remember I wore my Jamaica jersey to school on the first day. Like, obviously this guy is Jamaica. But with what it became, every year we just got better. My parents owned 3 restaurants in a short period of time, so I was able to get hands-on experience. At the age of 14, I was managing a restaurant in East Tremont, which is a tough area in the Bronx there. Yeah.
Damn.
They couldn't find good people. And it's not like now where everyone's using credit cards and Apple Pay. Back then it was a very cash-heavy society.
Sure.
And when you find out that the cash isn't in the register at the end of the day, you need people that you can trust. The cash was going somewhere.
Yeah. No. I get it. And that's why you tap the family. I mean, that's the beauty of it. All right, let's take a quick musical break. When we come back, I want to talk about your start in Golden Krust, the challenges you faced growing it, and then let's talk about you DJing some of the events at Golden Krust as well. We have a song from the archives here on Snacky Tunes on HRN.
Stop trying to be someone you're not. How cold and cruel is a man? Paid too much for what he got. And if you need me, like you say I do. Oh, but please, 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 don't you know I need you? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way. Sure ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way for me to love you if you won't let me.
Welcome back to Snacky Tunes. We're here with Stephen Clarke, VP of Marketing at Golden Krust. And right before the break, you were talking about managing a restaurant of 14. And I know that you has worked as supervisor at a plant. But look, you're a teenager. You know, it's like summer jobs, after school jobs, things like that. Did you ever think that this would become your career, your life, like what you invested so much of your time into?
Well, I knew it was a possibility, right? I mean, I saw my uncles. I grew up watching my aunts and my uncles, you know, sweat and ply their trade and, you know, leave early and come home late. I remember calling the bakery line, you know, from the house phone when you actually had to type 718-655-7877. Hey, is, you know, this person here, that person there. So I knew it was something that could come down the road, but I had my eyes wide open because it's a new country. I knew opportunities are supposedly endless in the United States. So I just wanted at that point to, you know, go as far as I could with, you know, my education and the network I could build and, you know, what I could learn in my own personal and professional development. So it was something that I knew was going to be a possibility, but not something I was banking on or relying on.
I mean, it's so great to have that foundation. It's so great to know that you can be like learning and still exploring and things like that. What was the tipping point that brought you into the family? Because, you know, Golden Krust, especially by like the 90s and times like that, like it just felt, especially in New York, it was everywhere. It was such like a touchstone for Jamaican food and Caribbean culture. Did you want to be a part of that? Or did you like look outside to other opportunities and be like, everything I have is right here of what I want to do?
Oh, I definitely looked outside. When I graduated St. John's, my first job was a program coordinator at the Police Athletic League in South Jamaica, Queens. And then from there, I did project management for a firm in Long Island City for 4 years. So in college, I was very involved. So that gave me a very good idea as to what was possible out there, you know, being involved in campus, you know, Caribbean Students Association, member of the Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So running these organizations on campus definitely gave me a lot of business experience, you know, managing budgets and working with administrators and marketing events, designing flyers, executing events, you know. So when I left, I wanted to try to just, again, you know, do what I did best. But my uncle was always pulling me into GK. So he was like, all right, Stephen, would you want to do, I see you like what you're doing. Would you like to do a concept development role to manage a think tank group in 2009? And I was like, all right, that sounds good. I can do it, something supplementary from what I'm already doing. And then I get to do my own creative thoughts. I'm looking at food trucks in LA, actually, where you are. I remember I spoke to the chef to like gut this bus to do like a business in the front, you know, restaurant in the back type of thing.
I love that. Yeah.
But when that came up, I was like, okay, we did that for 2 years. And then in 2011, Golden Krust went national with the microwavable version of our Jamaican style patties in Dollar Tree. And that's when the business went from one production shift to have to produce 2 shifts. And he needed somebody to oversee the second shift. And I didn't necessarily want to get into operations, but that's where the business needed me. And the opportunity was a good one. So I actually started out on the second shift as the supervisor for operations. Second shift supervisor at the plant in Park Avenue in the South Bronx.
It's so amazing to get in through production and then work your way up to such a innovative, creative role. But more than that, just to hear the push from from your uncle, the founder, to be like, we need to grow. Like, we need to expand. We need to be thinking about this differently. Because sometimes you could just be like, all right, we're just going to franchise. We'll just sell the stores. We're not going to do anything that is going to rock the boat of the core business. How did you balance that? Like, how did you, as you worked your way up and start coming up with new ideas, balance, the stores and now the CPG with like pushing further and pushing further and pushing further?
By doing a lot of hard work. There's no like secret sauce to it. You have to be always, we're on often. We work hard. I have one phone. So if an email comes in, I'm going to see it. Of course, you have to schedule yourself. But for us, it's knowing, what goals that you have set for yourself as a brand on the restaurant side and on the CPG side, and making sure that you have a plan and the right team to achieve these goals, because no matter how great you are, no man is an island, right? So making sure that you have the right goals and the vision, which my uncle had, for sure. And I've spent enough time to him to know that, and then building the team to be able to achieve those goals to meet your vision. And I think we've done a good job at Golden Krust in doing that over the years. So, now we have over 110 stores in 8 states, and the grocery line, we're up to, I think, 22,000 doors nationwide with the microwavable patties, spicy, mild chicken, jerk chicken, Beyond Meat even, which we rolled out. We were first to market with a plant-based patty in, I think, 2019, if I remember correctly. It takes some risk, but it definitely, most important, it takes strategy and diligence.
So when you're introducing things like Beyond Meat or different flavors or different proteins that are maybe not like rooted as much in Jamaican culture as like the traditional patties, what's your approach to that? Like, how do you find a way to marry both like something really new, like, lab grown meat, and the traditional flavors that people want?
Well, I mean, we're fortunate to have a product that's a brand name that shares the name of our product's most distinctive characteristic.
Sure.
Like, we are Golden Krust,
sure.
And our product has a Golden Krust.
Yeah.
So, and that's really the pocket of success for us, dare I say, because we can experiment with the filling, but as long as it's in our traditional, authentic Jamaican crust, then that kind of gives us license. And we've experimented with, food. We've experimented with pizza in these pockets, because we can fill it with anything. I was at the plant yesterday. We're making the spinach patty, which to me is one of my favorite patties that we offer.
Done. Love it. Yep. Sign me up.
So we have license to roam there, as long as we keep that crust golden and authentic to how we've been making it for the last, 35 years.
How often are you getting back to Jamaica to check in, see what's going on food-wise, culture-wise, and see if there's a way that you can bring that to Golden Krust in the States?
Often. I was there last month. My dad still lives there. My sister still lives there. My niece is still there. So I go home as often as I can. I mean, I have my family here to raise, so it's not as easy to just get up and jump on a plane. And then we have, a fair amount of travel as is with the brand, with, restaurants in different states now. So we have grand openings coming up. We have events that we do to promote the brand. And there, we have a new rewards app that we're rolling out. We have a new jerk chicken sandwich that we're rolling out. And we're even doing a 2024 Jamaican patty tour, which is really, an example of the culture for people to come and try us in a different setting. like food inclusive, drink inclusive, top DJs, unique venues. Some of them have big acts from Jamaica, whether it's reggae or dancehall. So I had Jesse Royal, who's a huge reggae act. He's toured all over the world. He was in New York. We did our party tour in New York, in Chelsea, at an art gallery. And it's really a display of the culture. So you get the food, you get the music. In Jamaica, in New York, we had some dancers so that people could actually learn a few of the Jamaican steps. So like you could actually leave part Jamaican. You could come in clueless and leave with a good idea of what the food tastes like, the music sounds like, the people are, and how the drinks are. So it's a very good test there. And we finish up in Florida next week on the 21st in Pembroke Pines with Cranium, who's a huge dancehall actor right now. I think he gets 1.5 million listeners per month on Spotify, and that's just one platform. So we're looking to close up strong next week, Saturday, in Pembroke Pines on the 21st.
I mean, that's amazing to take something that was started by your family as a bakery and then bring it to the States and grow it to turn it into this cultural symbol. I mean, do you feel the responsibility at times of being like a representative of Jamaican culture and getting people to really understand what the food's about and tradition's about and introduce to the music and the heritage?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I appreciate it. Because I've always been like pro Jamaica. So, you know, if I could be if Jamaica Tourist Board is listening, if I could be a Jamaican, we are ambassadors of the brand.
Yeah,
what
of course.
Tell people when we speak is that we are like the food flag for brand Jamaica in the States. And we're always waving it as high as as far as we can. And we work with, the Consul Generals. We work with tons of organizations here to continue to give back, to give scholarships. So the culture is rich, and we're here to continue to put it as high up as it can be seen and tried and tasted and enjoyed by whoever is willing. So a lot of new customers at these events, and that's made me feel really good. Of course, the core customer is very important to us, but increasing trial is very important to me and my team. So to be able to get some folks who have never tried the product before, similar to when we did Coachella 2 years ago for Amazon and Friends in the desert, a young guy came up and he said, "It's my first time trying a Jamaican patty and I love it." And, things like those is what it takes to not just push the brand forward, but to push Jamaican culture forward. So we're going to keep on increasing trial and putting Jamaica as high up as we can.
I love that. And now I know I alluded to it in the first part, but beyond just being the VP marketing, I know you've been known to get behind the decks and DJ at some of the events. What do you love about playing at the events? Why do you like doing it? And is it Beanie Man or Bounty Killer, or have you expanded to other artists as well?
Yeah, the music has certainly expanded. I don't think any good DJ who's playing a reggae set can have one without a Beanie Man song in it.
Of course.
I'd be surprised. But for accuracy, and I'm trying my best not to, I don't DJ the Golden Krust events. I have done like a few minutes here. Sure. Or if there's, something I need to cover off on, I'll, go and play a few tracks. But I try to keep it where I'm just activating, managing the event, making sure it runs well. If I find myself DJing at an event, then something else could go awry. Sure, so I actually DJ in my, I would say, spare time. But, if I'm up late playing music, I wake up refreshed. Like music is just energizing to me. It doesn't really drain me. So I've been playing DJing now for over 20 years, well over 20 years. I was maybe 13, 14, around the same time when PC DJ came out. And we used to make
PC DJ.
Yeah, custom remixes.
Yeah.
Back when that was when Eminem was big, Timbaland, Neptunes, that time of music, when producers' sounds were very unique and recognizable, and we would just use Napster like everybody else, and download the Eminem acapella and the Timbaland instrumental, and I would make blends, and we would put out like a 20-track blend tape. And that would be every, so often, but that's how it started for me, is doing blends. And ever since then we play, and if anybody needs music, they call me and they have good times. I try to put out one project a year. The last one I did was an Afrobeats tape, which is doing very well. So is a genre, as we all know.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think I did a pool party in Orlando maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I tried to keep it separate, but I also tried to keep my music updated. I tried to buy the right equipment. The DDJ 800 is working out for me right now. I'm a music junkie, to be frank. Like if I'm on vacation or if I'm in the house for too long and there's no music, I'm like, what's going on here? Like this cannot work. Pass the Bluetooth speaker, right?
Yeah. It's like the headphones are on, something's on the stereo. I just need it in my life as well.
Yeah, but as it pertains to Beanie and Bounty, like I play everything relatively. The Afrobeats is there. I have the reggae, the dancehall. I'll play some pop, some alternative. Because remember that 2000 era, there was some very big songs there.
Sure.
So I tried to play Spanish music. I've done after parties for Spanish weddings. I've played at Zona de Cuba in the Bronx, which is a very Spanish restaurant. So my crates are very versatile. And I take it serious when I'm playing. I don't like to be disturbed. I'm working,
Yeah, no requests. Don't talk to me. Just I'm in my zone.
Oh, you use the R word.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you at the end. So listen, with everything you've accomplished at Golden Krust and in continuing on the legacy of Lowell, creating Jamaican Patty Day, National Jamaican Patty Day in 2015, like you've done so much already. And in many ways, it feels like you still have so much in front of you and room to play with as well. Like, what is the legacy that you want to build? What do you want to leave for the next generation of your family? How far do you want to take this?
Good question. What we've done since my uncle passed away, I think is like the next chapter for us. I think he brought it to like, as you said, Golden Krust was everywhere in New York.
Yeah.
Right now we rebranded since. So there's a whole new look, a whole new feel. A lot of the pain points that were there before, we've massaged. Before the wait time was very long. Now we've made it more accessible with, ordering ahead and delivery. We have a rewards program. The look and feel of the brand is more modern. We're doing more partnerships with, people on the ground. We're very tangible. You can see us, you can feel us, you can hear us. But as we move forward, I think innovation will be our hallmark. The ability to do new things, like, remaining authentic, but still being new. Like, everybody knows jerk chicken, but come to Golden Krust to try a jerk chicken salad. Like, it's still authentic, but it's something that everybody has, but no, we have ours and it's better than everybody else.
Sure.
There's chicken sandwiches out there, sure. But why not come to Golden Krust for a jerk chicken sandwich on our cocoa bread, which is, the patty's best friend. So I think for us, it's really to elevate our brand, innovate, and especially when it comes to partnerships, just getting it out there and taking it to as many new states as we can from a restaurant standpoint, and as many doors and retailers. Right now, we're still very Eastern Seaboard.
Sure.
But, there's a lot more room to go. The furthest we go is Texas with 2 restaurants there. But there's more to go. LA, we have had interest there.
Come on out.
Dallas, and even globally, we've had a reach. So there are plans in place, but we're going to expand the brand as best as the culture will allow us to. And if any of these festivals that we see, the reggae festivals that we see in Italy, where you have 90,000 people in a day, 100,000 people in a day, is an example of how far our culture can go. I think the food can go just as far, if not farther.
I love it. It's beautiful. If people want to find locations, download the app, read about the story, see what's going on, where can they go online or on social media?
GoldenKrust.com online. That's Krust with a K. You'd be surprised how many people write it with a C still, but I get it. GoldenKrust.com will have everything that you need. It has all of our social pages. And for any updates, once you click on the site, you can sign up for our newsletters. It's the first pop-up that you'll see. And any news, deals, promotions that we're running will land in your inbox. You can order for delivery there. You can sign up for Golden Krust rewards there. So goldenkrust.com and at Golden Krust on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You go on YouTube as well.
Amazing.
So,
and let's just ask if we want to get in touch with you as a DJ, how do they get in touch with you?
My Instagram, Clarke876.
Beautiful. And that's Clarke with an E, everyone.
Correct.
Well, thank you so much. Big shout out to Mona and Emily over there for putting us in touch. We have another song from the archives and then a song live performance here on Snacky Tunes on HRN.
Man, I'm first. Boys in blue and orange burst. Winning now. Chances are they'll lose somehow. Get your fix like you did in 86. The bad guys won, but the kids have all fun. Kings of queens with no means to rule. There will always be a crowd to fool. Kings of queens with no means to rule the world. To rule the world. Man on third, loudest sound you ever heard. Come on, amazing. Give us the feeling we still believe in miracles. Triple crowns and walk-off chills. Stealing home in between you're all alone. Kings of queens with no means to rule. There will always be a crowd to fool. Kings of queens with no means to rule the world. To rule the world. Come on, amazing. Give us the feeling. Come on, amazing. Give us the feeling we still believe in. Kings of queens with no means to rule. There will always be a crowd to fool. Kings of queens with no means to rule the world. To rule the world. Come on, amazing. Give us the feeling. Come on, amazing. Give us the feeling we still believe in.
Whether you're a chef or just love going to restaurants, you know the best ingredients are everything, especially when it comes to beef. In Northern Australia, there's a different approach to raising high-quality beef. Westholme, based in Queensland and Northern Territory, is working with the land to create nature-led Australian Wagyu. They steward 16 million acres of rangeland, guided by their natural ecosystem, and are led by a belief that if they balance the needs of their cattle with the needs of their environment, both can thrive. Their team of rangeland experts and nature managers use a variety of tools like satellites that assess grass health and on-the-ground research to monitor and respond to the welfare of the environment. These cows graze on native grasses like Mitchell grass, which is only found in Australia, along with dozens of other plants, herbs, and seasonal legumes. Cattle are happier when they have the freedom to forage and explore, so Westholme ensures they can roam wild, foraging at will for the first 2 to 3 years of their lives. The result is high-quality Wagyu beef that reflects the terroir of Northern Australia and a flavor suited to complement any cuisine. Westholme believes that when nature leads, flavor follows. Learn more at westholme.com.
So Lily, welcome.
Thank you.
First time radio.
First time radio.
And the opening track of the show is a Snacky Tunes exclusive, which we always love.
Yes.
And so does our one listener. One listener really appreciates it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you
Super
for having
excited.
me.
You've recorded your first EP with one of our favorite human beings, William
Couldn't agree more.
Andrew Raposo.
He's a fantastic human being.
He's a fantastic human being.
Truly.
How do you feel about putting that first piece of tunage in the can?
I feel good. And
that really sold it. Yeah.
no, I mean I'm very, very proud of the work, but it's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
There's comes a moment where you're like, I could work on this forever, but gotta let it be its own thing.
Nerve-wracking to release it?
Yeah, It is.
Let it go?
You gotta let it go.
You gotta let it go. I mean, you could just tweak forever.
Exactly.
Tweak forever.
Yeah. No, but I'm very happy with the point that we've reached.
Man, you sound really. I mean,
Do I not?
No, I guess it's just a little nerve. I mean, I think the first time you put out any piece of any body of work, you got to be happy with it. Also being like, you're like, oh, that one note, I could have fixed that one note.
Well, there's always that, but no, I really am happy with it.
So what made you want to lay it down?
What made me want to lay it down? Well, I'd been playing music in college. I was in a band, a folk band, country folk band with my friends, and when we started playing music, we made an EP, and I just realized it was all I wanted to do, was play music. But then that band broke up, and I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to do this by myself. And
you didn't want to do another super group, another power band?
No, they were lovely ladies, but it was too much.
Hey, sometimes people want to lone wolf it. I'm not mad at that.
You know,
own tunes, own salsa.
Absolutely.
Do you want to rip us one?
Sure.
Okay. What do you got for us?
This is from the EP. This is called "You're Not Ready for My Love."
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. All right. William McQueen here, live on Snacky Tunes.
Play stop. You're messing with my mind. And don't talk if you're gonna waste my time. Hey. 'Cause each time I put my heart out on the line, make me believe then you leave. Now I'm living with your lie. Hey. You're not ready for my love. Don't. This kind of love's too tough. No. This time I'm calling your bluff. You're not ready for my enough. It's time you realize that my heart won't give in and compromise. This kind of love's too tough. No, this time I'm calling your bluff. You're not ready for my love. Oh no, this kind of love's too tough. You're not ready for my love. 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 No, you're not ready for my love. Oh no. That's You're Not Ready for My Love.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Was there a specific person that was written about?
There might be.
No comment. No comment. So, born and raised in New York City?
Born and raised.
How do you still live in New York City?
I do.
We were talking about that, about the you got that LA pull though coming.
I do. I really do.
Yeah?
I've had it for a while.
What would Mom and Dad say if you moved across the coast?
They.
And on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day.
Oh no, let's not talk about it. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
by
Day.
the way. They have come to terms with it.
Yeah?
And decided that they're kind of okay with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite thing about New York? Favorite place to eat in New York?
Favorite thing about New York? Favorite place to eat in New York? Oh my God.
Hard-hitting questions here on Snack and Tunes.
Seriously though.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, what cuisine are we talking? Like,
I mean, I'm not painting to a corner. I'm not putting you in a box.
okay, well, one of my favorite places to eat is, let's see. My God, why am I drawing such a blank right now? Ferdinando's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's just me thinking about growing up. That's in, like, Carroll Gardens-ish. It's like a really classic red sauce Italian spot. Pinnell special. Fried chickpea patty with ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese on a sesame bun.
Sounds delicious.
That sounds...
Excellent.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's your go-to dish?
That's my go-to dish there.
Nice.
I don't get anything else.
Don't you love that? You go to a restaurant for years and they're like, we have this whole menu. You're like, don't care.
No.
Could not care.
Yeah.
The other stuff is excellent. I've tried it, but like, it's just...
It's fine. I go some places. We went out to Jin Fong last night for Chinese food. And I was like, we always get this roast, the Peking duck. But let's mix it up. Let's get another duck dish. And then we ordered it. And then, like, the gods were taunting us because, like, the order went in and a roast duck came out from the back. And I went, we fucking blew it. Fucking blew it.
There's always that moment where you put in your order and you're like, it wasn't right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's too late.
Ordering, regret ordering.
It's really bad. You're like, with each bite, you try to convince yourself. You're like, no, I'm into it. I'm into it. You're
I'm
not
into it. Not into it.
You're not.
Oh, man. I get bummed out if I have a bad meal.
Oh,
totally.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. It depresses me.
It's very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if I have a bad meal, I'm going to go, well, I know I'm full, but I really just
But I want to eat that one thing that I wish I had been eating that whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you cook a lot in New York?
I do.
Yeah?
My roommate and I have started cooking a lot together.
Yeah, what are you making? And what's your kitchen like?
I do have a very nice kitchen.
Oh.
Yes.
Blessed.
I've been blessed with a nice kitchen.
That's whatever I think. Hashtag blessed. I think of a nice kitchen in New York.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Yes, it's definitely a hashtag blessed kitchen.
Are you doing the same thing like Gustavo did here? Like you're doing music all day and coming home and cooking food?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's revitalizing.
You know?
So, all right, how about this? On a good day.
On a good day.
When you kill it in the studio, what do you cook? Versus on a bad day where nothing's happening, what do you cook?
I feel like on a good day at the studio, I usually go out and get a burger.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's like my go-to.
Okay.
But yeah, But what are we making? I've been making a lot of salmon burgers at home, actually.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fish burgers, I still find elusive a little.
I know, but a salmon burger is like pretty excellent.
Yeah.
So are you just cooking a piece of salmon, or are you just...
I mean, you like grind it up with some breadcrumbs, and then we make like a yogurt sauce that we put on top with like dill and cucumbers and
I mean, I'm not mad at what you're saying.
avocado. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to be mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at that.
It's because it's the word burger. Like a burger should just be a burger. It's kind of a different thing.
Yeah, I think that's sort of what it is.
You know?
I wish I could come up with everything that isn't,
It's a salmon patty.
Yeah, patty still doesn't
Patty
have
still doesn't have
even
it.
less.
Yeah, it seems even less than exciting. I don't know. Hot salmon sandwich?
Oh,
That sounds...
there you go.
Yeah.
Sandwich, sure.
I don't know.
I can roll with that.
You can roll with that?
Sure.
What type of roll would you put it on?
Just a burger bun. Hot salmon sandwich bun.
Ooh. Let me get one of those hot salmon. I think we should call Martin's. I think we got to pitch them on a new thing.
Nice.
So the album's coming out.
Yes.
And are you going to be pairing that with a live tour or some live shows?
I've started playing some live shows around the city. And yeah, I hope to be playing a lot this summer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got some good summer vibes music.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
that's like the vibe. But when people
Yeah.
like pretend like they're driving to the beach, unless they're driving to the beach, then they can.
then they don't have to pretend.
They don't have to pretend.
Hey, remember that time when we pretended about driving to the beach? It's all happened.
Whenever I'm driving in a car, I like pretend that I'm driving to the beach. So that's why I want to move to LA.
Oh, yeah. Constantly. Well, you
Great
can
reason.
be forever driving to the beach.
Exactly.
So the recorded stuff is obviously much more produced. I mean, you don't work with Andrew Raposo and not have a layered album.
Andrew's doing an acoustic album.
What did you say?
Andrew's doing an acoustic album.
No, he's
right?
not. Is
No,
he?
he's
No, I was
not.
going to say, Andrew, it's 2 tracks. It's my vocal and guitar. I'd be like, I don't understand.
What are you talking about?
Where do you put the 8 synthesizers? No, Andrew. But so when you play it live, is it going to be the stripped down, or is it going to be a more built out set?
No, I've been playing live with a band. Andrew plays in my band.
God, I love that man on bass. He's got good bass face.
He's got great bass face. Great bass, just like attitude.
Yeah.
He commands a stage.
Oh, he's a conductor,
Yes.
bass conductor.
Nice.
He is.
Do you want to shred another tune for us?
Sure.
Shred another summer jam.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
Another summer jam.
I just put that out there. You can play a depressing winter tune if you want. I don't really.
I don't know if I really have this actually. This one.
This is the one about when I was drinking in a basement during February. No, I don't think you write those types of songs. I'm not getting that vibe.
No, they're like happy, sad songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of that vibe, but masked.
With beach.
Exactly, masked with beach.
People can't tell if I'm crying in the ocean.
Exactly.
Right?
There you go.
There
Maybe
you go.
that should be like my new bio.
There you go. Hey, that's
Tagline.
a free one here on Snack. All right, so what do you got for us?
Well, this one is the one that you just played, actually.
Okay, cool.
All right, so here's the acoustic version of that.
Fantastic.
It's called Miss You Tonight.
I had a dream last night. You were there, dancing in my eyes. Yeah, our love was alive in my room. But day broke you from my sights. And baby, I remembered our fight. Now you're no longer mine. How will I make it through tonight? 'Cause we're out of time. Oh, but I miss you tonight. I can't fight it. You got a hold on my mind. They say give it time, one day you'll be fine. But I miss you tonight. I fell for you like a child. Catch me, baby, caught me in your web of lies. Now I see the truth. So why do I miss you tonight? I can't fight it. You got a hold on my mind. I know that you lie, don't even try to deny it. But I miss you tonight.
awesome.
Thank you.
2 versions, same song. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Really good.
That's where it started.
Yeah?
It was kind of an inverse. That was where it started. Where we started was where that song ended.
Yes. Do you start writing on acoustic guitar, or do you start with layering 9 synths?
Now that I'm working with Andrew, things
Oh my
have
god,
changed.
it's so good.
No, it really depends. Actually, I used to start everything on acoustic guitar. Now I write all my songs on GarageBand on my phone.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I started doing GarageBand on my computer, but I actually really prefer the app on the phone.
Huh.
so like you playing guitar, recording
No, I'll like
onto.
They have like synthesizers and like drum kits
wow.
on there, so I'll like just loop
Yeah, I can see that.
beats and
Train delayed. Jam down new tune. No problem.
you know. Just
Also,
make
you
all
look up,
ones
you're at
that way.
Inwood. You're like, oh shit, I got some writing done. I got some writing done.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I know. I really am.
There it is. There we go. So you're playing shows. EP's coming out.
EP's coming out. Music video's coming out.
All right, hit us with
Yeah.
the music video. High concept, low concept?
Low, simple. Very simple.
Okay. That doesn't mean... I don't think simple necessarily means low concept.
Okay, yeah, maybe not.
Can you share it?
Yeah.
What song is it for?
It's for that very one, Miss You Tonight. That will be the first song that we're releasing.
First song off the new album.
Off the new album.
And what's the concept?
It's just me dancing and a bunch of, like, lasers.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Raposo, you are working with the man right there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was very fun.
Is this your first video?
It's my first video.
I sort of like
it's my
that.
first everything.
I sort of like that. Like, yo, this is me.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding.
No.
Take it or leave it.
I thought about doing like a story, and then I was like, no, just
Nice.
dancing lasers.
Just dancing lasers.
Because that's really fun to do.
No friends, just you?
My best friend shot it, but it's just me. Just me and the lasers.
Oh, my God. Is that the name of the EP?
Maybe it should be.
Maybe Crying in the Ocean. I don't know. there's so much to work with.
That just might be a lyric that I use.
Yeah, you can use that.
Thanks.
I just get a writing credit, right?
Some co-write, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can talk back end points afterwards. So all the shows I'm assuming are local. You're going to go on tour.
Yeah, just local for now. Not going on tour for. I don't know. That's a far away.
What, you don't want to hit the road?
I absolutely do, but it's just gotta like get everything going first. Home base, get home base locked and loaded.
You gotta do home base first, right?
Yeah.
I'm sort of like, let's just go fucking do it.
Wow, gotta roll with this guy.
I mean, I don't tour. But.
If I can get the band together that wants to just jump in a van with me and go, I'll do it.
Yeah, I think it's fun. Sometimes, I'm sure with making music, putting out salsa, it's sort of just like sometimes you gotta be like, all right, we just gotta go.
Yep.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Might have to just take your salsa on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Perfect car snack.
Perfect car snack. Also merch.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
So funny.
Yes.
You can get us at Greenpoint Fish and Lobster and at any Billy McQueen show.
We should work something out.
Exactly.
That'd be, hey man, has anyone done like one-off music salsa?
Food merch.
Food merch.
Huh.
I haven't heard of it.
Maybe
I feel like venues might get mad at me.
Maybe we just heard of it.
Maybe we just did.
Maybe we just
Food merch.
Whoa.
With the $1 million idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a show and I got some salsa. Yeah. It was cool. It exploded all over my bag in the pit. Well, I want to make sure we have enough time for another song.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
And Gustavo, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Quick question from one listener. Do you have any non-spicy salsa?
No, absolutely not. It's all one spice level, and once you try it, you won't even think about the spiciness of it.
Oh.
It's not about the spice. It's it's about the pepper and the flavors and all that. So
I like that.
You've got to get down with it.
I get down with it.
Yeah, I get down with it. I abhor like Frank's hot sauce and Tabasco.
Yeah.
That stuff that's just like, I think it ruins all the other flavors.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm a bad spicy, but I can't really do.
No, nothing.
I'm a disappointment in my family.
Really?
I love spicy food.
Oh, you need a chile relleno.
Oh my God. She's She was our favorite, but then we saw her try and eat something spicy, and
I gotta give it to the other daughter now.
Oh my God. All right, well, before we play the last song, I want to say thank you to all the listeners, Heritage Radio Network, who helped us get our Kickstarter goal. We're going to look so fancy on the internet. Internet like 3.0.
Nice.
Liz is making 9 GIFs for us. Yeah, just her waving. And us eating cereal popped by Dave Arnold. It's going to be fantastic. What's the last song you're going to take us out on?
This is called Say Something. This is a newer song. This is not on the EP. This is on a full length I will be recording soon.
Already on to the next one.
On to the next one.
As Jay-Z once said.
Jay-Z and I are a lot alike. So
both from New York.
Both from New York.
Both musicians.
Both from Brooklyn.
I heard he can't eat spicy stuff either.
Ooh.
And his parents are also disappointed about that.
See? And look where he is now.
Yeah. You could marry Beyonce.
I mean, okay. Yes, absolutely.
It's in the cards.
And for everyone who's around on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m., Gustavo Salsa will be on Fleek. Can I say that?
Sure.
I tried to ask someone to explain it to me, and they couldn't. I was like, all right, well.
It's just on point, but right?
Yeah.
But just a really weird word.
Really weird.
Replacing point.
Yeah, so if you're looking for some On Fleek salsa this Tuesday at Good Co., 10 Hope Street, Touring Machine, our favorite buddies, are going to be DJing, and weather is up in the air. If tradition is anything, it'll be raining. So
yeah, don't forget Greenpoint Fish, fish tacos.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Those guys, remember those guys?
Those guys, the behemoth fish people. All right, here we go. One last song, Lil McQueen, here live with Snacky Tunes.
All right, thank you.
I know the time ain't right. I just wanna believe you're worth the fight, but I gotta take my time before I walk in blind. 'Cause everybody's telling me to watch out. Even I could see there will be fallout. 'Cause I'm filling my mind up and down. If you want out, then say something. No, don't you leave me in the dark now. Just say something. Keep waiting and I'm gonna break down. Oh, we got caught in the wind, and now I'm second guessing everything. Just come in and shake up my life, but baby, I'm the one who's rolling the dice. 'Cause everybody's telling me to watch out. You know, even I could see there will be fallout. 'Cause you're filling my mind up with doubt. So if you want out, just say something. No, don't you leave me in the dark now. Just say something. Keep waiting and I'm gonna break down. Just say something. No, don't you leave me in the dark now. Just say something. Keep waiting and I'm gonna break down. Oh boy, you're breaking me down. You're breaking me down. You're breaking me down. You're breaking me down. 'Cause everybody's telling me to watch out. Even I could see there would be fallout. 'Cause you're filling my mind up with doubt. So if you want out, just say something. No, don't you leave me in the dark now. Just say something. Keep waiting and I'm gonna break down. Just say something. No, don't you leave me in the dark now. Can't you say something, babe? Keep waiting and I'm gonna break down.
We talk about food, we talk about music, with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, snacky tunes.
Snacky Tunes is powered by Simplecast. Thanks for listening to Heritage Radio Network, food radio supported by you. Keep in touch at heritageradionetwork.org/subscribe.
Hey listeners, thank you so much for listening to HRN. We want to make your experience as a listener even better, and to help us do that, we'd love your input on our audience survey. It'll only take a few minutes, and by completing it, you can enter to win a $250 gift card from Goldbelly. Visit heritageradionetwork.org/survey to take the survey and to help us keep growing and improving. That's heritageradionetwork.org/survey. Thanks for your support.